boys, my name is Yoshi, and welcome back to my 100%, the DLC playthrough. Of Donkey Kong Bananza, DK Island, and Emerald Rush. Mostly Emerald Rush, since DK Island is just this one extra map, but it's fine. In the last episode, we left off. I'll just show you. It's probably easier to show you than go out. We went to the freezer layer and did, what is it? Difficulty level 1 and 2 have been both check marked off, which means we've completely done them. Oh, I see what free is. You don't even have your power-ups. You have to get your banana power-ups back before you can even do anything. So figuring out where those are, oh, that's gonna be tricky. But we're gonna get to that when we get to that, because first we need to go to difficulty setting 2 now. Because we didn't do difficulty setting 2 in DK Island, so now we're gonna do that. All this does so far is take our starting barrels down to 2, and then set harder to clear the quotas, but that's about it. Alright. Okay, start by getting skills first. Alright, here we go. Alright. Okay, let's get Zoe's skill back because we can't here to start out with. It's been a while since we've done this particular one. Alright, we scored a skill. There we go. Oh, day is much more simpler. Because usually he's like right here. Or maybe it's... No, he's more closer to here, I think. We might have to find him. We might have to find him first. I'm not sure if I'm interested in that or not. We might have to actually remove that right away. It's very early, but I don't want that goal. Let's change it to something else. Much better. There we go. We'll teleport up here. We'll keep trying to get the skills back. Okay, there we go. There's a time in this auto descent just trying to find where the bananas are. That looks tempting, but mind wherever. I'm not really the best at doing that skill, so that one's kind of useless for me. Yes, I want Emerald Perk Master, of course. Okay, there we go. Our banana back. There we go. We're getting more stuff done slowly with Shirley. Get this. There we go. Let's keep upgrading this. Go the stacks even higher. Just realized all of our statues we had before, they come into play here too.
Should we go there?
Wow, that's a good multiplier. We somehow managed to score a 12.5 times multiplier this early in this part of the game. That's really lucky. Alright, well, let's focus on going for our skills again. We should probably finish off the other skills before we do anything else. Rocket Dash Max, we haven't seen that yet. Definitely want to get that, so we get more rewards, obviously. And we'll just try to focus on hunting our skills now. Obviously, the more skills we have, the better we'll be. I think later on we'll have to get our transformations as well as our normal skills. Right now it's just skills, but I think later on we're going to have to waste time getting our transformations back, and until then we're actually normal DK for a while. There we go. Glide +1. Chip negotiator. Oh, they have a good amount of... I see what the chips do now. You just need to collect a specific skill with them, and then they can be used. Let's raise the perk level. Just picking a good one, even if it's not the best, raises the power of the Emerald perk skill later. Let's do this since there's a variety here we can destroy. Okay, better glares over there. Let's go get that now. There we go. That's done. Oh wow, we're really fast now. I don't know what happened, but we were really fast there for a second. Hello geysers occur when opening treasure chests. That might be good. That one we've already gotten, I think. Really emerald geysers, how about that? Treasure hunter. Or treasure chest up here. There's one more skill. Where is it? Right there. Perfect. Barrel bump up, sure. Let's do that. Okay, we're getting balloons, which is nice. We need balloons to activate a different perk later. There we go. Don't know if we've gotten this one or not. So we'll get that done. Any barrel cannon. Wait. What if we do this? Actually, what the... Oh wait, here we go. We didn't need to find a... create our own barrel cannon. I guess we could just made one. Nice. Banana Slammo. Let's get that. We're about to start getting more bananas anyway. High five Ace Clocks. Thankfully this time I know where that is. I've only gone past him like 1,000 times probably by now, at least in this layer alone. So we can get that pretty easily. Skill champ for sure, because we have that. There he is. Let's high five him real quick. There we go. Thought I got him on the first try, but somehow missed him. There we go. That's more like it. Let's get our skills back now some more. Again, the more perks you get, just the easier this part becomes. If you don't do that, it takes longer and will often be hard to do. Would I rather have Skill Champ? Or that? Skill Champ is better right now, because we don't even have a lot of void goals cleared now. Nice. More skill. There we go. Okay. My friend is playing Pokemon Legends Z and A. I was actually wondering if anybody was going to talk about that on my aim yet, but I have plans for that game at some point. We did... I guess my one thing I will say is, if you guys haven't already seen it, I will tell you right now that we did do a playthrough of Pokemon Legends Arceus, and Pokemon Legends Z and A is kind of like a sequel to that, so that'll be really cool to play through. Whoa, okay. We kind of played offline the last time we played a game like that, but now we can do other stuff. Let's go here. I know this costs a skill point, but I want to get my skills back a bit more. Then we'll just go for the goal afterwards. We don't have to collect those until the very end, really. Con Forager. Okay, well, we're doing much better. Had a lot more skills back, destroyed more stuff overall. I know we could probably grind this the same way we always did the other skills. The problem is I don't think that works as well in Emeralds. Emerald Rush early on until you get other stuff. Oh, I see. Changing this also changes your look in the game. I mean, where you're looking, which can help out a bit. Okay, sure, let's do this. Fossil Radar, or... I'd rather have Skill Champ, honestly. Fossil Radar is kind of a waste of a skill at that point. Blind Up Beat. Like, especially once you know where everything is, you can kind of just start finding that normally. Whoa, that was fast. Another skill. Right. Don't really have good skills. I don't like any of these, so I'm gonna switch that. Okay, that was worth it. We got Balloon Order, which we do have some balloons for, which isn't that bad. Whoa. I saw us. Thing back there. Chest, rather. Well, we have no skills to collect, and we don't have a really good amount of other stuff to find, so where can we look for more emeralds? I assume we want to go here. Punch these down. There we go. Emerald Negotiator. Let's do that. Let's go there. As aggressive, we need to be as aggressive as we can with doing this. Later on, our enemies are gonna be out. Defeating enemies are our enemies that we defeat are how we get our multipliers up fast. Whoa. Yeah, Zebra is definitely the way to go with these. Holy crap, either we get Skill Champ or other upgrades. So we get 60% times 2 or just a flat 900. I'd rather have this. I think that is objectively the correct choice there. Okay, look at that. See, look, now our multiplier is massive. Okay, we've pretty much won this. It helps that this area is a lot easier than the previous layer was. Still, it's kind of tricky. I assume we're just gonna have to spend time getting our skills back before we can even focus on goals, whereas the later ones you can kind of do whatever and be fine, usually. Alright, Emerald Rumps, where's that? That's really high up. I don't want to waste time going up there, so we'll go up there ourselves. Like how whenever you play on this layer, you also see all the statues you've collected, so that's nice. Do this. I was gonna go for whichever one boosted Emerald perk more. Maybe we just saw a couple of, too. Like how it says a random, meaning it could be pretty much anyone that you happen to find. I'm just gonna go to the one I know about, which is all the way back here. There we go. Bam. How about that? Let's get that active. That's probably gonna be very important. Squealy Demolisher or a better guild champ. I want this active because oh yeah, that was perfectly timed. We have Searlights to defeat now. I think I picked the perfect skill up there. I do believe I agree with myself there. Bam! Alright, now we're getting a good multiplier, so we should be okay. I think all I really want now is maybe get that up. High five a Squawks. Is there one nearby? Not that I could see. We'll just go back to the start again. Simple enough. Those ones are easier because I know where Squawks and other characters are, so I can just go straight to them. Same for the checkpoint. I know there's one inside the middle right here, so we'll just go there. Figuring out which one's the easiest for you to remember or which one's the closest. That's an enemy. Let's do this one that we haven't maybe gotten yet. Keep in mind, some of these perks probably only show up at the last difficulty, so we actually have to go for some of those. But we'll also see a lot of them whenever we get to the very end. Chip hoarder. We have so many chips now. That's a good pick. Alright, now our Banana's gotten new skills, so now we need to rush and use this to get even more skills unlocked. Stack up our multiplier even further. This is good practice for when we're doing this. Skill champ, for sure. Honestly, there's no reason not to just hold this down L and R1 at the same time so you could more easily find where your skills are. Otherwise, yeah, Zero's definitely the way to go. If you can get Zero back fast, then you can... Or if you start with it, rather, and just use that. There we go. Punch power level 1. Or +1 power to punch. Our banana horde has 2 bananas that we can get here. You got a skill back. There's a right here. Oh my goodness. We are getting so efficient. I feel we've played this game for so long now. We're starting to get efficient with doing all this fast. Apparently that counted as a multiplier. Okay, I need to go to the top. So we need to spam Snake for a bit. By the way, I just watched a bit more of the other game, and I remember what the original Snake's name is now. It's actually Ratley or something like that. Kind of weird, honestly. Because, like, does that make a or does that actually what I was saying? I have no idea. I don't know which one's which. But yeah. I will say, Ratley had some pretty tough levels in Donkey Kong Country 2. In fact, looking at it now, I think Donkey Kong Country 2 is definitely one of the hardest of the 3 trilogy games to complete fast and also to survive at all. To be fair, though, every one of the original Donkey Kong Country games is really hard, so I'd probably have to do a practice run before I even attempted to play those. I've kind of just dabbled in a few of them here and there. Like, I played one on and off, but not really much. Haven't really played that since I was a kid. Okay, I want to go here. Defeat these Buzzoids now. We're getting really good at this. Nice. So we pretty much got all of our skills back that we can now. We know now we didn't miss one. Later on, it can be quite hard to go around and get all of your skills back in our stages. But when it's just one layer, it's much easier to do. Yes, I want Gold Champ. Although Perk Champ is better right now, probably. Oh, that's a checkpoint. That counted as a checkpoint. Alright, nice. So this will definitely start to get more interesting once we have more stuff to start with, because, I mean, rather, once we have more complex goals and whatnot to do. Because then we have to start focusing more than we already have been. Nice. I've ever had this, in case we get more of those enemies. Hang on, I'm about to dive right face first into this enemy right now. Hope we're fine. So far, the only tricky part of this level is the only way that you can actually defeat enemies in this level is through the Void Gulls, so it's very important to make sure you can farm a lot of them quickly. I'd rather this, actually, since we're now focusing on Void objectives. I just realized each level has to kind of be played differently. Some require more on getting your skills back and doing all sorts of other different stuff. Others are mostly just farm Void skills and then get stuff done afterwards. I know. Oh, well, a good way to do a lot of them, though, so far has been to just use the Zebra. Because you go insanely fast with this power-up, and it lets you get around the map much faster. Beast Layer is the trickiest one, because there's so many unique enemies there you haven't seen yet. That it could be truly. Nice. Multiplier. I just realized we could face the direction we want to by moving the camera around. I just realized these look like the Conga Bunga drums. You know, like the actual Conga Bunga drums controller, which you had on GameCube. Oh man. That's probably one of the rarest things to get now. Nowadays, that's probably one of the rarest things you can get. I just realized that's only 50% for 85. That's much more power. I'll just bash our head into this with Snake, I guess. It's gonna be that tricky. There we go. I know we could have gotten Emerald perk, but I know we have a lot of those, but the percentage I noticed was actually much more than that than skills. So I think if we can get Skill Master more than anything, that really helps us out. I do not want to waste time running around or getting stopped by walls, so we're going to use Con to go through them. Whoa. Did not see that wall coming. We're getting some balloons by doing this, which is activating our vent balloons up. Ugh. I meant to say a red balloon. I'm just gonna call it... Why don't I call it the red balloon perk? I don't know what the actual perk is called. So easy to forget after all. Alright, last level, but we have the clue already. I think Freezer Layer was more interesting than this. Because Freezer Layer was really hard to start with. I think just clearing these is how we get stuff found fast. Let's teleport over here so we can get this done immediately. Jeez, that took a while to die. But we're getting ending there now. On this particular mission, the extra stuff is a... I know there's at least a minecart track somewhere, but I have no idea where it actually is. This is kind of a tricky goal to complete. Oh, I saw it. I just saw it now. There we go, that works. Cleared that goal by riding the minecart. For however long that was. Oh, this again. Okay, we're gonna need another one. This one I'm just gonna throw away because we're gonna need another one. Alright, simple enough. Though it took a while because it's not an enemy one that I could clear fast. I'd rather have this. Oh, barely got that in time. I'll smash the terrain around. I don't know what else to use my time for but that. Okay, so since it's about 30 minutes, this is about a fair video length, so this is probably a good time to end the episode. If we fail early, we might get one more shot. It depends on what we're doing. Keep in mind, we need to do each of these and complete them. Alright, now we could try an Emerald Rush in the Feast layer. Okay, now it takes longer for us to unlock upgrades and new Emerald perks to pick, too. Rating last time was 180, so we got more from that other one because there was even higher. It was even higher difficulty. Okay. There we go. Alright, that was that, I guess. That's cool because we elect the last layer we get to do for this. There's still also technically the special event ones, which I'm not sure what I'm going to do about those. If I do those, like if there's a special event version of Emerald Rush, we'll probably do one of those specifically when time comes. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Comment, rate, subscribe for some... Oh, hate on now. We're not even close to being done. It'd be silly to go for all this and not buy more statues so we can get an idea of how many statues we've bought. We need to buy all 100, but they all cost more expensive as we get more stuff. So, right now, we're gonna just tip them a bunch. This Dixie Con. Okay. Architon statue. Finding all these statues right now. Diddy Kong statue. When it shifts up to 200, we know we're done with 20 of those statues. That's your only hint. And it continues to get more expensive, too. Obviously, we don't want to show collecting necessarily all of these, because some of them take a while to show up. And they also only work on this layer, which is cool, but also, since you can't really do anything with them, it's more like collectible than anything, really. And again, this is a mix of collectibles, of characters just throughout the Donkey Kong Country series, especially the original, but also from exclusively this game, like the Buzzoid we just saw there, that's exclusively in this game. But the original version of that is better known as the Zener. Yeah, all that stuff. Our area is starting to fill up a lot more with chips and whatnot. Looks like we're not getting anywhere, but trust me, we are. Still says 100. Oh, we got King K. Rool statue. Does that mean we got a good amount of stuff done? Okay, alright, we still have a little bit more to get. But we're certainly getting a lot more statues done now. I wish there was like a in-game menu that showed you how much you collected. The only problem with this is you don't know how many statues you've collected until you get to certain objectives. Like, I know I'm at like 20 when it first goes up in cost, and then later, once it goes up to the highest cost, we're getting really close, and once we get up to that and past that highest cost, we'll start eventually getting a golden K. Rool statues, and I think eventually it'll say, oh, we can't purchase any more of those. That's probably our sign that we're done. It's kind of funny there even isn't a limit to that. And there's 2 extra statues as well, but I'm not going to mention much about these because those are from special events that can only happen occasionally as Hazley, which I have no idea if they plan to release it or just add them as random content you just get normally. I don't know. Until then, I'll see you guys later. We will, I guess, do the feast later in the next episode. Until then, see you guys later. Bye.